That was something else, wasn't it? Guys, welcome back to another video. Look, I tell you what, I'm absolutely exhausted today. I'm in a slumber, tired, a very exhausted mess, but that woke me up. That absolutely did wake me up. A chaotic classic is what we've just witnessed, and breathe indeed. That was absolutely insane. Manchester City 3-3 away at Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Oh, honestly, look, I'm really pleased with that for many reasons, which I'll get into. This was all about the result. It's never, ever in a million years about the performance. It's about the character and the result, not necessarily the performance. And I saw the result tonight more than good enough to take home, and the character from this Manchester City side, given the circumstances. You cannot deny just how big a result that is. Absolutely huge. It really, really is. Honestly, away at Madrid, guys, do not get this wrong. They absolutely wanted this. They were up for it. They were aggressive. They were in Manchester City's faces. They really wanted this game, you know. They were chaotic. They were attacking. They were direct. But still, City had the answers without always the solutions, which obviously is obvious to me, you know. Key players missing left, right, and centre. Players running half a gas tank, you know, half a tank of gas. Absolutely, it could have been a mess tonight. It really could have been. But still, City found a way to roll with the punches, throw a few of their own too, and get a result to take back to the Etihad Stadium. And I cannot complain about that at all. Do you know just how hard it is to do that, by the way? It looks easy when we're sat here watching from miles away on our TV, and maybe it sometimes looks easy from in the ground as well. But the Bernabeu, it's just an absolute cauldron. The roof was closed. The players were up for it. They had a sense of revenge from last year when we absolutely hammered them. You could see they really wanted this Real Madrid. They've also played one game in the past 2 weeks. You know, they had a rest. Manchester City did not have a rest. We played days and days and days and days and days. We played so many games, man. Back-to-back games with injured. They really wanted this. They really did. They really wanted it. And they played very good, but still City had the answers to their chaos, to their drama, to their never-ending Champions League magic. We did, and I'm not saying this was a great game for Manchester City, but you have to look at the circumstances. It is Real Madrid. It's bloody hard. It's really hard. It is the Champions League quarterfinals away from home. It's bloody hard. Rodri looks like he's running on 20% of his energy. You know, you've got no Walker, no Ake. De Bruyne struck him down with a stomach bug before the game. You've got key players there, nowhere near the best. You've got John Stones clearly playing, in my opinion, nowhere near fully fit, putting in a mammoth effort, you know. You've got Manchester City side just nowhere near their best, but still, they find a way to make an answer. Like Guardiola, I guarantee will be happy. He will talk about mistakes that they've made. He'll talk about you need to do this better and that better. Absolutely, of course he will. But he'll talk about mainly their attitude. He'll talk about mainly their focus and their desire not to lose, and their desire to just go through yet again and be there. We will be there, he says all the time, you know. And when you consider the nature of some of their goals, you know, look, we went up early, you know, a fortuitous bit of brilliance from Bernardo Silva. Maybe the keeper could have done better, but it's a moment of magic. I'm not saying we were playing great at that point or anything like that, you know, when they equalised, but we were definitely on top for that point. And then they scored. It was a jammy goal from long range. It was a jammy goal from long range. You can't deny that. And the next one, okay, great counter-attack, but it did nick it once again off a Kanji. It was a little deflection. Look, they earned that chance. I can't deny that. But either way, it happened so quickly, so dramatically, that they could have easily been down on that. They could have easily suffocated. They could have easily struggled to, you know, quell that momentum. But they didn't. They kept in it. They kept their head together just about. They scraped on through and survived. Sometimes football is about surviving. You got to survive those moments. And then your man Phil Foden steps up in the way that Phil Foden does time and time and time again. Phil Foden right now is in a hot streak. I used to joke about De Bruyne being he's shit until he's great. And you guys have heard me say that before, absolutely. And Phil Foden, well, he's a number 10 as well. And that's what brilliant players can do. Wonderful players can do, you know. They can just turn the tide of a game in a moment of magic. And one swish of Phil Foden's beautiful left foot, the wonderful left foot from Stockport, born and bred, top corner against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. That is magic. That is he is him moment. That is I've arrived and this is my side. kind of stuff from Phil Foden. A beautiful goal, worthy of all the greats that have played at that stadium. This is a man who's just scored a stunner. That's Zidane, Figo, Ronaldo, Raul, Guti, even Beckham. People like that. Wash my mouth out there. These great players have scored great goals there, and that's what Phil Foden's done, and he makes it look absolutely natural. And then, of course, not to be outdone, Gvardiol with his first goal for the club. An absolute stunner. A rocket out of nowhere with his right foot. That man has technique and a sense of timing as well. A beautiful goal. Not to be outdone, Valverde goes and scores an absolute stunner himself. There's not much you can do about the level of those 3 goals. Foden, Gvardiol, Valverde. They're just quality goals. I mean, you have to just sit and admire the brilliance sometimes. And that was... that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant, you know. And I'm buzzing for him. I'm absolutely buzzing for these lads because you know what? It was hard. It was hard. Yeah, it wasn't easy tonight. Someone's just pointed out, I put Brahim in the description box, and I've changed it to Bernardo now. Thank you very much. Thank you, Covenant Keepers. But I am very capable of just looking like, you know, looking at the general vibe of a team and understanding when you've just got to get by, you know. Caleb with the super chat. Caleb, my man, thank you so much, Caleb, once again for helping me watch the game, by the way, Caleb. I don't have time to reply, mate. I was just legging it around. I was nearly missed kickoff. Caleb with the super chat says, let me line it up. Caleb says, what does Caleb say? Let me, 1 second, pal. I'll get the super chat in the box where it should be. Caleb says, I think it was a brilliant performance from the boys. People forget it's Real Madrid, the kings of the Champions League. A tie into a home leg is fantastic. Absolutely, man. And that is the crux of it. It isn't about being brilliant. And to be honest, let's be honest, man. Real Madrid, as much as they counted, they didn't blow us away. I mean, Caleb, I love you, man. Thank you so much for Super Chat. But look at the stats. It's not like they were battering us. The shots were equal. The XG, like everyone said, XG tonight, didn't they? No one cared about that. Look at that. Barely a goal between them and the XG, but 3 goals apiece. That is football heritage. That is Champions League heritage. But the shots and the possession, we went blow for blow. It didn't feel good for us because obviously they were terrifying going forward. But you got to respect that, man. This was just a slugfest, and we went for it, and we held our own in a team that, look, I know we don't like to talk about the intangibles a lot, and we always want to find a reason. But I saw a team there that was just leggy, man. And we could have done things better, absolutely. But that was clearly a team that was just tired. That was a team that played an awful lot of football. You know, you look at the results there. They played away at Selhurst Park 3 days ago. 3 days before that, Aston Villa. 4 days before that, Arsenal. Before that, you know, Newcastle. Arsenal, obviously, but Arsenal... Like Arsenal, Villa, Palace into Madrid. It's such a horrible run of football. We've got to give these players credit. That's ridiculous. Then you look at Real Madrid's games, you know, it's just not the same. You know, they played Athletic, but then that was their first game in 2 weeks. They played 1 game in 2-3 weeks. It's they are absolutely rested. The players are up for this. This was their entire focus. City have just played some of the hardest teams in the league. Away at Palace, Arsenal, Aston Villa. It isn't easy, man. It isn't easy. And sometimes you've got to survive when you've got people like Rodri. To me, today, Rodri was just absolutely done. That is a man who's absolutely spent. Still, of course, he didn't lose because he was playing. But you've got to understand the situation and the context of that. So I won't dig on these players for not playing well. I don't think they played well today, but they didn't play badly. If you think we played badly, we're just not understanding how hard it is to be a Champions League winner and have everyone come for you. Real Madrid coming for you, wanting revenge. It's hard. It's really hard. It really is, honestly, man. It's not easy. And you go through the team, I can talk about certain players, you know, individually, and I'll do that right now. And there was definitely some players that didn't play well, you know. Look at Manchester City's lineup here, you know. You went with Ortega in goal. I don't think Ortega really had anything to do with the goals at all. A little bit lucky. Maybe he shouldn't have come out like that way for the Vinicius Jr. one, but I don't know. It was difficult. He looked a little bit flat, but then maybe this is the biggest game of his career, to be fair to him. You know, he's never played anywhere near the size of this game. Josko, of course, with a beautiful goal and a couple of nice crunching challenges. I thought Ruben, you know, he wasn't terrible. I don't think Ruben was terrible. I don't think he was. I think it was hard with a lack of you know, protection in front of him. John Stones clearly knackered. But at the same time, put in a good shift, and Akanji tried his best too. Kovacic didn't have a good game at all. I thought he looked a little bit flustered by this. I don't think Rodri had a good game either. He's got a decent little stat there, 7.4, but I don't think he had a good game at all. Phil didn't have a good game other than a wonderful goal. But if you're going to be number 10, do that. Just score a wonderful goal. I thought Jack had a better game than that stat would let on. I thought Jack, he's the control he brings to this side, the maturity. Yeah, good. Bernardo, nice goal, but then quiet afterwards. And towards the end, he made some stupid decisions, Bernardo, as well. I love him, but he went quiet. And Erling, just a passenger. Look, I know it's hard away at Rudiger. Rudiger and the entire Real Madrid defence crunching down your neck, but he needs to offer a little bit more. He just does. I love you, Erling. He's better in the second half, I would argue, but it's just hard. But it's hard to go down and look through the bench and say we should have done this, should have done that. It's just, I understand Guardiola just wanting to play it out. Look, you could have started Alvarez maybe, but you're not going to start Alvarez over Haaland in the Champions League. You're just not going to. Edison, maybe. De Bruyne, we know was ill. Gomez, no. Nunes isn't going to start this, no chance. Oscar Bob, no, he's not going to. Susaho, Rico Lewis was a shout. He might have done a better job than Kovacic. He didn't play well today. Probably deserved it as well, if I'm being honest. Doku, maybe, but I don't think Bernardo and Grealish was the wrong call. Absolutely not, given the circumstances. I understand why he did what he did, But guys, by the way, 400 people watching. If you get the likes up, it would be massively appreciated. But we've just witnessed tonight, a chaotic classic. It was a slugfest. Football sometimes does this, Football sometimes asks questions of your character. It asks questions of what, of who you are. What can you do? How can you respond to certain challenges? And can you survive away at Real Madrid when they're desperate to win? It's just bloody hard, man. Really hard. And I think we did. And you can't deny the caliber of this City side, and the constant response to things. RGS with the super chat says, if we made subs, would you conceded less? Well, to be honest, mate, two of the goals were the first half in the first 12 minutes, so you can't really count them. The third goal, well, look, it was a moment of brilliance. I don't know if sub changes that, maybe. But then again, who do you bring on, man, and who changes it? I think if we'd had the likes of Ake, Walker, De Bruyne available, then the subs would have been stronger. Maybe there's more of an argument for it. But right now, I don't know. I just don't know if you've got the depth that we need in a game like that to make the changes that we wanted. But maybe it is hard to say. Big super chat from Russ Davis. Love you, Russ Davis. Thank you so much. The super chats are appreciated, by the way. They really are. They help keep this channel going, keep the lights on. It means the world that I get to create this content for you guys. You're all legends. Russ says, great result considering the environment, players out, and the amount of games we played as of late. We'll punish them at home. MCFC. Okay. Do you know how much we would have killed for this years ago? Do you remember? Cast your mind back to the Pellegrini era, the semi-final, when we went there timidly. Didn't get a single shot over 2 ties. And now we go against Real Madrid with a genuine history and heritage. They wanted to beat us because we destroyed them last year. We embarrassed them. We embarrassed them after they embarrassed us with the turnaround the year before. This City side and this Real Madrid side, they've got some epic games between them now, and you can't deny, this environment, as Rush just said, is absolutely chaotic. It is. It's the most intimidating, counter-attacking side in world football. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, and we survived it, and I'm really proud of that. Russ, thank you so much. Russ has gifted out memberships. What a legend. Again, Russ has been a superstar. Gifted out memberships to Daniel, to Alpha, to Alec, to Brian, to Covenant Keepers. Thank you so much to Russ. Round of applause for Russ in the chat. But yeah, I'm happy with where we come from. I'm happy with who we are. I'm happy with how the players, tried to find an extra gear that they couldn't. It was difficult. And I can't wait to see what Guardiola's comments are going to be. Because I appreciate, just how far the City side have come in this competition. And back at the Etihad, yeah, of course I trust him. I absolutely do trust him. I trust him to answer the questions. I trust him to be more composed. I trust the Etihad to be rocking. I trust the atmosphere to be electric and them to feel the pressure again. Hopefully, 1 or 2 players back. Hopefully De Bruyne is available for the game. I'm sure he will be. Hopefully one of Walker or Ake will be back. I don't know. But hopefully this City side is more prepared for it. We can shut down the counter a little bit better. We can smother them. We can pass the ball a little bit neater. Just control the tempo and have another classic Champions League night. I feel it. I sense it, and I just feel honoured to witness this. It's just a brilliant game of football. You can sit there and analyse it until the day, until the cows come home, whatever. But or you can just admit that what you're watching is two heavyweights going toe to toe, and it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun to witness, in my opinion. It's Dave, how you doing, my friend? Are you good? Love you, pal. Good to see you the other week. I'm in a good mood. I enjoyed that game of football. I'll leave the analysis to Guardiola on that front, because I think he's going to have a lot to say. Some quotes from Josko Gvardiol, by the way. Josko was chatting after the game. He said, "What a game. First time for me to play here in this stadium. Amazing atmosphere. And of course, we take the result and look forward to the new game at home. It's simple. You control the ball, what we do best, and that's all. Try to keep it and be dangerous." And he said he's really happy for his first goal, especially against great opponents. So happy. Yeah, absolutely. I do think we were better in the second half. I absolutely do. I mean, here's the stats for you stat nerds. First half, there we go. There's the shots for you, 7-4. Second half, we had more of the ball, more shots, just slightly better. I don't think any team deserved to win, by the way. I don't think they did. I thought a draw was a fair call. I'll take that. Once again, we're sat here from Manchester City side, staring down the cusp of potential brilliance. Will we do it? I don't know. But to be where we are, we cannot stress this enough. To be where we are, given everything, you have to scroll all the way back down here, all the way back down here, all the way back down, and back and back and back and back and back to the last time we lost a game, which was Aston Villa. 20-odd games. I don't know how many times it is. This City side, since then, there's a draw there. A draw, another draw. We've drawn 4 or 5 games, but won about 22 or something like that. I don't know. It's a ridiculous turn of form. We are currently sat 1 point off in the Premier League. We're currently taking back a tie to the home at the Etihad Stadium. We're in the FA Cup as well still. Look, it is so impressive to keep doing this. It's so impressive. It's so impressive. And it's the hair, by the way. I've had a haircut, It's I trimmed the hair. And also the camera looks different because it's knackered me on the camera. So, yeah, and I've also trimmed my beard, actually. That's it. Hair, beard, it's all been trimmed. There you go. I've just lost a lot of hair, But I will take this, Blues. I will take this. I am truly knackered. My voice is going. I've been up since, dead early. And I've been out today doing a lot of travelling and stuff. I need a rest, but that is woke something in me there, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this second leg. I trust these guys. They've earned our trust. And I think there's a temptation. I saw in the first half people saying, City, we're just naff, we're crap, aren't we? No, we're not. I really live my life by a principle called Occam's razor. It's one of these theories and a philosophy, and it's always the principle behind Occam's razor, and I've said it a few times on this channel, is basically, in a nutshell, the simplest explanation is usually the correct one, i.e. the explanation that requires the fewest assumptions is usually right. So basically, just keep it simple, And so when I talk about, what caused that performance in the first half, is it just that Real Madrid are really good and City are a bit tired and it's dead hard? Yes. It's just not that, it's not that we're crap. It's not that the players aren't trying. It's not that so-and-so's overrated. It's just that it's really bloody hard. And these players have played a lot of football and Real Madrid want it too. It's enough just to admit that sometimes, but admit that these players have done very well. Thank you very much, people saying very handsome. Thank you, Mark. The check's in the post, If my hair's at that stage where you get it cut, and I need another week or two before I feel comfortable in it. Likewise with my beard. But I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks, hence why I've done it now, you know what I mean? But guys, that was a chaotic classic. I don't think anyone stood out particularly. I don't think anyone had a cracking game, but everyone just did just about enough, and they worked hard, and we got there. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, I'll break that down a little bit more, somehow, somewhere. For now, thank you very much for watching. City are alive here. We're looking good. We're still on. Rodri remains unbeaten. Foden is wonderful. Josko, I love you, pal. Bernardo was cheeky. We need to be better defensively, but we know that. Roland De Bruyne being back in a bit. Bye-bye.